and the numbers fly like that, okay, I'm going to say hooray. You better say hooray too. Because otherwise you'll be like, oh no, what's going on here? Some number's going to take a hike and somebody's, it's going to be great. This is exactly what we want. We want change. Without change, we're not going anywhere. Do you understand? Without change. So whatever numbers you came in with, I don't want to see them again if there is a reason for them to move. Yeah.
The reallocation, is it supported by the increased oxygen? And then it happens, however, spontaneously, like our internal intelligence decides, oh, I have more oxygen, I can produce more monocytes and less neutrophils, for instance.
Your body has a one-track mind. It wants to heal. It absolutely has a one-track mind. It is looking for nourishment. But let me tell you, you start eating cooked food here, guess what's going to happen? You're going to have to get those guys back right away because the plasma has to be clean. Otherwise, it's like having a country and you have absolutely no idea. Here is a virus, here is a bacteria, oh, here comes a cancer cell. You know, we make 6 billion cells a day, 6 billion cells, and 1% of them are cancer cells. So now I have cancer cells here, but boy, I am so busy vacuum cleaning because I just want to eat cooked food and ice creams and things, okay? So I'm not going to have a chance to kick all this stuff out because I just don't have it. I get rid of that. I stay 100% on raw. I clean my body. I get massages and lymphatic drainage, which is so powerful. And now they're going to start showing, hey, okay, that's what I always wanted to do. And it takes you for a ride. So we have to, it's an old saying, if you don't like the heat, stay out of the kitchen or something. Because this really will take you through. It's the best thing you ever did, but you have to support it. So the deal is, while you're here, and you don't have to make fancy foods all like we do. I mean, gosh, when Brian and I come home at night, I throw all the sprouts and lettuce and everything in one big bowl. And, we eat it like that. It's not a big deal. We make juice, wheatgrass every morning, and you get a good juicer. And it becomes a part of your life, Yeah.
Can you, we talked a bit about visualization, but would it be feasible to support this reallocation through visualization?
Yes, absolutely. Yes, because your reality is you. I mean, you are what you think. So you are the boss of your thoughts. So imagine, yes, these guys work on your thoughts. They work on what you eat and your thoughts. When you're down, they be down. When you're up, they be up. If your reality is being, for example, coming here, which, congratulate to coming here and to doing such an incredible, brave thing. Most people around you would say, what on earth did you do? Don't tell them everything. Just tell them the nice stuff. But, the thing is, it's very brave because you take your whole body, mind, and soul. You can't separate that. So if you make this a positive reality, then, hey, this is how people lived for millions of years. I mean, we have gone from finding fruits when we were nomads, finding fruits and vegetables and herbs as we would go through from countries to countries where food were, and finding about fire and starting to do things. But like we had a very learned rabbi here that took me and Brian back 7,000 years in history. And he says, this is how we have lived. This is absolutely, and he totally believes it and lives it. And, he tells all his followers in Israel that this is the way that we are supposed to live. You will see this whole live food movement is growing everywhere. Wherever we travel, it's amazing how it's growing. And it's going so much mainstream. And everywhere we go, people have the same questions. You could go to Denmark, Norway, Belgium, Israel, Brazil, it doesn't matter. Same questions. So this is absolutely growing, and people are wanting to do it right so much. Because you see, when you start with raw food, it makes sense, you know, it definitely made sense for you. But it still many times feels like you're standing on an edge of a cliff, and, you know, you're taking a step to what, you know. Then just look into what, you know, what makes common sense, what your intuition also will tell you, you know, that, okay, I need oxygen, I need chlorophyll, I need enzymes, but I need to believe in what I do too, you know, and I need to exercise my body. We're not a sitting animal, you know, we are an animal that needs to move and walk, and, you know, you go to different parts of the world where people walk much more. There is no obesity, but now go to Scandinavia, where I never saw obesity. Now you see obesity, because we started to live a sedentary life and started to eat foods that we never ate before, and now you see obesity. Yeah.
Sorry, one more question. Is there any case study or evidence that feelings like you mentioned of gratitude can affect the biological composition or not?
I would think so. Yes, absolutely. You know, I mean, the thing is that every cell in your body is expecting message from you. They work on your message. So, I've seen it so many times. The first time I saw this was probably 20 years ago. We had a young lady come here with cancer. She stayed 9 weeks. Her husband came all the way from Germany. Her husband came the first 3 weeks, and then he had to go back to work. So she was here 6 weeks by herself. You know, while he was here, you could see how she started to flourish, and she was doing better. And then, you know, she's done a lot of chemo and radiation. Her blood count was borderline. And then when he left, the blood count came down. I took a blood test every week because it just got worse. I looked at her live blood, and I said, what's going on? Last week, so the 9th week, I get her blood test. It's perfect. Her live blood is smashing perfect. And I'm like, okay, now, what's up with you? Going home, you know, and seeing her husband and family and everything, it just changed her picture to perfect. It was more perfect than ever right now. So that really taught me something, that, you know, she was so lonely, and, you know, there was so much wondering about the cancer and wondering if this would even work. And at the end, it just all took a flip, and, you know, she learned enough. She knew enough about what possibility could be. But it was like going home, that was the biggest thing. So, you know, it's, don't go home. The thing is, you know, we got to bring that into ourselves too. That, you know, extra adrenal kick, like, you know, this is what thousands and thousands of people have done before me. This is what I'm going to do. This is going to heal me. You know, we have to believe first. We have to believe, because you are what you believe. You know, these guys work very much on that. They want nourishment, they want oxygen, enzymes. Don't destroy it. Then you will have reactions like this, and it's perfect. It's perfect to see this happen. Then we ask you for a blood test, maybe in 2 months after that, and we'll see where you're at. And you might have calmed down. Something else might be going on. You know, it's amazing. You get to see where they're working in different parts of your body. The most important. So let's say, for example, I have lymphoma. Now I want the lumps to go away. Well, it's going to be an internal thing first, and then I start seeing lumps shrinking. So, you know, we have to be patient. So a lot of times you wonder, but it's all a matter of working through, especially the first 2 years.